Very well, how are you?
Good. You just missed Jane. She had.
I missed her. I did miss her.
Yeah.
Is this Roger?
That's Roger. Yeah. Good to meet you. You're Roots Media.
Pleasure to meet you, Roger. Pleasure. That's my little dog, Peaches.
Yes. You capture this sort of story because I don't know if you have.
Oh, please do. Yeah.
Okay. Very briefly, 25 years ago, Roger was labeled by Dr. John Bradford with plethysmograph, it's called? I think it's called
a plethysmograph?
A plethysmograph, where they put a device, a measuring device on your penis.
Okay.
And then they show you images of adult children, male, female, youth, and sex. And then
where do they get these pictures? That's my question.
I know.
I've been thinking about this. You know, and there's a bishop who came into town, Bishop Leahy, and he was caught with videos of this stuff. I want to know what our government is doing about the children that were hurt in those videos.
Right. Yeah. And
where are they
using them still?
That's right. And why do they get the permission to bring those such things into a place like this and literally, you know, put people through trauma-based mind control in order to put labels on them?
And in this particular incident,
they can make money.
He hadn't actually hurt any children or touched them or done anything.
There was no prior suspicion or need for the plethysmograph.
Yeah.
Is that true? That's true?
Yeah. And it apparently it started the initiation, because everybody wonders, well, how did it start? Why did it start? And it was just that you were sort of saying comments to your fellow group home residents at your own age group, right? Sort of like, hey, you know, making inappropriate sort of comments, but nothing illegal.
Yeah, just like something you might hear on the construction site with a bunch of guys when a pretty lady walks by.
Yeah.
Or even a young
kind of stuff, right? Like,
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you like me, you know, whatever. Being silly, right? So,
sure.
Anyway, stuff like that.
None of that was ever disclosed, was it?
No, it's not on file as far as I know that I've seen. So
testimony from his friends that would give the suspicion for such a need of such a test.
Right. Yeah. And peer group as well, which is another key thing. It wasn't children or anything, it was his peer group.
Right.
So that's what initiated the test. The test then gets done, and he gets, I guess there's readings and stuff too. Jane knows all the details better, she might be able to give it to you on the phone.
I'll get a good interview with Jane about this, yes.
So once all that's done, he gets this label as pedophile based on reactions to the videos. But in 2006, the same Dr. Bradford, with a whole international team of doctors from around the world, came here and they did a thing, and he's the lead in the Ottawa group.
Okay.
Dr. Bradford is the lead.
Yeah.
And they stated that if a person has mental delay, that the tests don't apply.
Right, that would make
sense. That should clear all the clients with mental delay.
Yep.
From that, or some kind of further follow-up, something different.
Of course, because perhaps
labeled for years as a pedophile when he's actually never hurt any children. So
exactly.
Now, because of that, he's lost his own children, plus another woman has lost her child based on the fact that she knows him.
Right.
So, and
association, guilt by association. Now she's lost her second child just very recently, and I have personally cried about the story because it hurts so bad. The fact that this, not because the mother's being deprived of the child's being deprived of the mother.
And the mother, yeah, she's actually staying quite strong and calm, despite what they label her as anger management and other things.
Right.
We haven't ever seen her have an outburst with the agencies or doctors or professionals ever since. You know, it's in over a year.
Yep.
So go ahead and label as they wish, right?
Yep.
But she's doing really well and maintaining. She's filing papers in court, doing everything the way she should, calling witnesses and doing everything. And the most unfortunate thing is that this guy, Dr. John Bradford, he was called by her to attend court to dispel the label on Mr.
when he was
Roger.
Subpoenaed?
Yeah, he was subpoenaed or summoned to court.
Summoned to court, okay.
He failed to show up. He told his lawyer that he wasn't coming, and his receptionist told Jane that on the phone, that he's not coming. So he is above the law. He doesn't have to come to court.
What did the judge have to say about that?
Everybody else does. Nothing. The judge didn't do anything about it.
Oh, I think this is a public matter then.
Collusion might come in.
Yeah, okay, collusion, yeah.
Why wouldn't he force a warrant on the doctor?
Exactly.
So there's a real problem there, and that's kind of why we're in front of the hospital to say, look, Bradford, first of all, you're neglecting your duty. You should clear his records based on the research you know.
Yep.
And then, second of all, to bring attention to the issue of other people are losing their children based on these false diagnoses.
Yep.
And the collusion between them and the courts and the Children's Aid Society, obviously, because they're all working together.
They're all working together in secret.
Yeah. And I don't go around saying, oh, Thrones 8 out stealing babies. I'm one of the last people to do that,
right,
of all the work that I do in this area.
Right.
But in this case, I've seen no harm to the child, no actual risk of harm has been ever put in the files, and anything that they've labeled against the mother, sorry for the dog, I'm going to go for a walk here. She's okay.
Is he chasing people? Are you chasing people?
So everything they've put on her, so far they were able to dispel in solid evidence.
Yeah.
Documentation reports, you probably know enough.
I do know a lot about it, but the viewers of this video I'm sure do not. You know, you could take my word for it, or you could take this gentleman's sincerity for it, but you know, we won't even need to disclose this stuff. Maybe whoever might be watching this already has their own case that they're dealing with, and they can understand where we're coming from in the need that this needs to be publicly inquired about.
Yeah. And if the government won't initiate a public inquiry, then we're thinking about initiating our own citizens.
Just like they're doing in for the G20 with the business associations in Toronto.
Okay.
Oh man, the people of this land that we commonly call Canada, the Federation of Canada, the people who are initiating the ability for this government to continue, because the government does fear the people. In fact, it fears it so much that they are stealing children in order to show us that if we do, if we are even suspected of wrong, we will be put in line. But it's time for us to not hurt anybody, to not steal from anyone, and to be not fraudulent in our contracts, not fraudulent in the way that we do business and the way that we allow others to fly. There we go. So my pleasure. This needs to get out. We need to talk about this as much as possible. We're going to go down and do our part and just go talk to Kim.
That's great.
Hello, Kim Segay. This is Max Radico. I'm commonly known as Max. I'm just calling today to leave a record. Basically, I would like to give you a writing, an invitation to respond to my question. I have a question regarding your own personal opinion about the issues having to do with the case that's currently being contested in front of the Royal Ottawa Hospital that I know you're aware of. And I just simply wanted to offer my help as a community member and someone who would like to ensure in any way that the truth of the matter is brought to light, simply because I'm the media and that's what we do. So I'm just here today to speak with you, and you can feel free to look me up. Max Radico again from Grasshopper Media. There's a blogspot.com, and my contact information is right there. My email address is finditherefirst@gmail.com. Please email me at your earliest convenience. This is just an invitation to respond to just your personal desires to, or your personal opinion about this matter. I do understand that you're not really supposed to have an opinion in your capacity of your job. That's why I want to ask on your personal level, because when it really gets down to this, we're dealing with persons in a legal sense. So I just want to make sure that everybody's interests are brought to light and very truthful, if you know what I mean. So again, Max Radico, Grasshopper Media, thank you very much for your time and listening to this message. I hope that we can work together in the future. Have a great day. Bye.